the FayWhat Show. We need to help my gay boys. In our next segment, it's called Dear Fay. I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing sort of gay boy sometimes to help my fellow gay boys. Yeah. This week I have Alex helping me.
Oh,
okay?
Boy.
All right. Here we go. This week, Pops sent me an email. Okay? Hey, FayWhat. My 22-year-old recently came out to me as homosexual. I had a feeling something was going on because he was hiding a lot of stuff from me. That being said, I was raised in a family where homosexuality is highly discouraged. We are church people, and it's challenging for me to divorce myself from that way of thinking. I'm trying my best and learning from my son in the process. He tells me that he always felt this way and that being gay is not his choice. While I'm still wrapping my head around it, I'm getting there. One issue I struggle most with, however, is that it's hard to imagine him having sexual relations with another man if he's the submissive partner. I realize I might be overstepping, but it would help me come to terms with his new identity if at least I knew he was the masculine dominant one. What? I don't think thinking about him in another way. Is it okay to tell my son that I accept him being gay as long as he isn't the passive one in the bedroom? I think that would make it a lot easier for me to come to terms with all of this. Signed, Pops. I don't mean to laugh. It was just a lot to unpack, Pops.
Oh, my God. Do you want to start?
You start.
Okay, first of all, couple of things I'm reading, I'm going, whoa. First of all, you're imagining your child having sex, number one. Number two,
there's no need for that.
Yeah, first, let's just leave it there, number one. Number two, you're worried about him being the top or the bottom. If that were the biggest issue in anybody's coming out in general, the world would be a much
easier. It'd be a much kinder place.
I mean, come on. It's like, from a personal standpoint, I think you need to be a real man to take some.
Yes. Listen. Power bottoms.
It's easy being the top, but
as a top. Look at Alex. Alex is like, as a top. I'm telling you, it's harder to be a bottom. He's saying it.
Just lay there. But as the bottom, that's some work, man. Yeah. And it's
some preparation. There's a lot that you need to do.
Your masculinity, I mean, it just goes without saying. If you can't define your masculinity, but what role you take in the bedroom and. Give me a break, Dad. Dad, chill out. Yeah. That's my response in a nutshell.
Right? And basically, I'm going to say the chill out also, okay? Good. So, Pops, listen, I'm glad that you reached out to us for guidance, okay? Navigating a family member coming out is new territory for a lot of parents, and we get it. It's natural for family members and friends to also have questions, concerns, and a lack of knowledge about how to handle this new journey, right? But what's most important for you to understand is that your son needs you to love him, period, unconditionally. That means you accept him fully. As queer people, we struggle enough with figuring out our identities, so asking him to have a certain role in his relationships is simply not an acceptable thought. What you are saying is, if you require him to be a certain type of gay man, is that you're only accepting him if he fits into a mold that makes you feel more comfortable rather than putting him first. So, no offense, but this isn't about you.
Exactly.
It's about you supporting your son during what is probably one of the most difficult things he'll ever freaking go through. I believe you need some education around this, so let me do my best to explain. With two men, just because someone is in a passive role in the bedroom, often called the bottom, it doesn't mean they're any less masculine or dominant. Thinking they are is actually rooted in misogyny, where a more passive role is somehow seen as weak or less than, and it's not. I would encourage you to try and clear out these crazy ideas. Try to unlearn these thoughts so you can see your son through fresh eyes. Honestly, what your son does in the bedroom as a fully formed adult is actually none of your fucking business as a parent. Instead of asking your son to change who he is, you'll need to work through your own feelings of discomfort by talking with your friends and family, or maybe your therapist, or reaching out for community support somewhere. It's perfect, okay, to ask him questions so that you can learn how to best support him. But any conflicting feelings you should have, just don't mention it to him. There's no place for it, okay? There's only place for unconditional love and acceptance right now for your son. Your son is the same person he always was, regardless of his sexual orientation or sexual preferences. You can't pick and choose which parts of him you're gonna like and which you're gonna support and which you're not, all right? This is so damaging for a queer person who is simply trying to be fully authentic, baby, and trying to accept themselves daily. I hope this helps, Pops, okay? But Like Alex said, get over yourself,
Yeah.
Pops.
Well, you're gonna love him if he's half of the time if he's verse. I don't know.
But it'd be okay if he was bi. I mean, come
Maybe
on.
he's bi,
I mean,
so you love him like 3/4 of the time.
So you
I
love
don't
him
know.
3/4 of the time. Pops, again, thank you so much. And anybody out there, if you have a question and you think that I might be able to help,
Oh, please keep these coming.
Please
keep
send them
these
because
coming.
it's, if we can help a person one email at a time, we've got you. Okay. Alex, so what's going on with you this week? Anything fun? Today's May 6th, right? Cinco de Mayo was over the weekend that I didn't even know existed until I moved to Miami, just to let you know. Okay.
So on May 7th, our Mr. Eagle is having his going away party to go to IML to compete for the International Male Leather Competition.
Mr. Crespo.
In Chicago. So we are sending him a fond farewell there and raising money for his to sponsor him to go there because leather is expensive.
Leather is expensive.
It's very expensive.
Right? You would think that they don't wear a lot, right? For presentation, etc.
Sometimes they don't. For the swimsuit comment. We don't say that in the leather community because we're very, But yeah. So that's happening.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a quiet.
It's never quiet for you, Alex.
Well,
It really is never
Not
quiet.
in my head, no.
He was like, he's been at the Eagle for almost a year, right? Like about some 8 months or something like that. And I remember when he first started where he was like, I'll pick up a couple days here and there.
Exactly.
I'll be like my little side hustle. No big deal. Now he's in there like 5 days a week.
Oh my God. It's like semi-retirement. It's like right around the corner. I don't have to suck dick for dollars anymore. It's great.
Oh my goodness. Make sure that you go on over to the Eagle and see Alex. Alex, I adore you.
I love you.
I missed you.
Glad to be back.
Please don't keep your Greek goddedness away from me.
When you miss each other, it's more exciting and it's more like electric because like so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Which we clearly do.
Which we clearly do. Which we clearly do.